That's how I feel, ladies and gentlemen. Monday morning, Doc's Daily. What's up, Jose? Let's get it in. We are live and in full effect Monday, September 8th. Overreaction Monday in the NFL. We'll just call it that. I'm joined with Craig Trapp, Nick Menken. This is Doc's Daily. We're here Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern. Don't forget, if you're new to Doc's Daily, let me pay a little bit of housekeeping bills here. Free $60 account. I don't know why that thing is scrolling at the bottom. Who did that? Who's touching my stuff? Doc Sports, free $60 account, docsports.com/free60. That's where you get a free $60 account you can use on any handicapper you want over at the website. These two knuckleheads, possibly. I don't know. Pikachu, you do you. Don't also forget about YouTube Premium members. 3 levels. Level 1 is $4.99 entry level. Indian Cowboy at $19.99. That's level 2. And level 3 is Craig Trapp, brings you a video play every day with some expert handicapper plays randomly selected from the website, 2, 3, 4 unit plays, smaller selection plays. I mean, you do the math. How much is that savings, Craig Trapp?
Too much.
It's
like
there you go. There you go. Yeah, it's like $2,700 or something like that. It's nuts. The amount. Yeah, $2,700. So the link's in the description.
Maybe it's not $2,700 worth of savings because it's like you still got to pay the $50. So it's $2,650 to be exact.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, because somebody's going to fact check me. Somebody already right now is probably waiting to comment that stop giving out the Tigers. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give out the Tigers not to lose today. They don't play.
This is not Detroit. Detroit should not get played for a little while after this weekend. I'm not even a Lions fan, but I'm butthurt just because I had the over in that game and those.
Kidding me? I liked everything Detroit Lions had to offer on Sunday against the Packers. As a Bears fan, loved it.
Hey, you better be careful.
You know what? You shouldn't love it though. You shouldn't, because that means we're coming home with vengeance.
How does a Bears fan not have a hat on today? The Bears play on Monday Night Football tonight.
Oh, I'm having my jersey on right after this. I had to support the VT getting the job done over Vanderbilt, baby, at home. That was a good win.
Yeah, whatever. I was on Vandy plus points. So
hey,
whatever.
You're just salty. You're just salty because the Detroit looked really 100%.
Well.
It
was a bad. Yeah. I'm hungover. Hey, I'm salty. I mean, it was a bad Sunday.
Vanderbilt won.
Vanderbilt won, yeah, with
44 to 20.
Right?
Did I say they lost or won? Virginia
you said Tech? They won. They absolutely got hit. They were up. Like
I know it was marked as a win, and I had points. I didn't care what the score
20
was.
to 17, and they end up losing 45 to 20. They didn't score the rest of the game.
Oh my goodness!
So Virginia Tech sucks.
Hey, so maybe take that jersey off. Put you a freaking Bears jersey on.
Yeah, go get the Bears jersey. What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, Robert. We have just so everybody knows, we have three Bears fans at least in the building. At Docs, we have Robert, Griffin, and Nick. That's it, right? I think it's just those three.
Raphael might be a Bears fan.
I thought he's a fan, but I don't know if he's a Bears fan. I thought
he was a Saints fan
because he does live in.
I mean, he lives in New Orleans, so maybe I'm making that up because he lives in New Orleans. I just everybody lives in New Orleans now. But he's not from New Orleans, so that makes.
He's a smart man if he got off the Bears, that's for sure. Saving a couple of years.
Jose says, "Go
of your life."
Listen, how about that Baltimore Buffalo game though? Can we talk about good football, not Green Bay, Detroit?
Was it good football?
Yeah, last night was great football.
There was only
I had Derrick Henry in my fantasy team, so it was.
But there was only offense played. Like the antenna has to be up for both of these teams because the defenses were no bueno. Like they were bad.
Didn't get off the bus.
Like, I mean, don't get me started because I had the Ravens as 7-unit best bet of the week, and I mean, basically my whole week hinged on that. So that was an absolute worst beat. In 25 years, I've had some ridiculous beats. That was the worst because 5 things had to happen for them to lose that game in regulation.
Oh, and it happened. It happened.
It all happened. Yeah, exactly.
When people say the NFL's fixed, like, I don't know if you can fix a tip touchdown pass. I don't, that's a fumble, that kind of stuff. You can't fix that. But I mean, for it to all happen in a 4 or 5 minute period after the Ravens only punted the ball, twice up until that point. I mean, it was like they were absolutely, and then they just were like, oh, we're just going to see if our defense can stop it. Your defense hadn't stopped them in 2 quarters. Like, what were you thinking? I would have went for it 4th down. I knew if they punted, the game was over. Game was over.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't really. I know it's exciting. It was a great game
Lenny.
last night. It doesn't matter because you want to know why? Because at the end of the year, neither one of these teams will be in the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's a bold statement, Cotton. That's a
No. Hold on a second. Right now, after watching every week, okay, we can do all the AFC because tonight's NFC. Out of the AFC, those 2 are in the top 3 in like power rankings if you did it right now. You'd have to throw the Chargers ahead of the Chiefs because they just beat them head to head, and it was not close. I would put those 2, and then I would probably put Chiefs Bengals after that. Like, I just think those are the most.
I think you're high on your Bengals, but I understand that.
They would be 5th.
I mean,
and the problem is they're in a very tough division. Like, I mean, that's going to be the Bengals' problem. But hey, the Bengals defense showed up. It was just the offense that, like, I don't know what the freak.
You got to get on the same page, right? I really like the way Denver is coached. I like Bo Nix down there. I like that team to go deep in the AFC. And I think they could challenge Kansas City for that division. And then if they could come away with that division and get a home playoff game, I'm just saying
they're the 3rd best team in that division.
Baltimore are going to do exactly what they did last night. They're just going to kick the shit out of each other. And
I don't know. The Tennessee Titans catch the ball a little bit with Ward there at quarterback. I think it's a completely different game. It's not an 8-point loss for the Tennessee Titans. I didn't necessarily think Denver Broncos looked that great.
I don't think so either.
They squeaked one.
But their defense was good, and I think their offense will get better. I just think the problem with the West, both in the AFC and the NFC, is this very tough. Like, top to bottom. The Norths, I think, are both ridiculous, both the AFC and I think the West. The West and the North on both sides are going to be probably 3 teams from those divisions are going to be at least in it going into the last week of the season. Maybe all 3 get in the playoffs, maybe not now, the extended wild card. But the Broncos' problem is going to be the Raiders aren't bad anymore, and the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. Like, I don't think they're going to be the most dominant team. What was it, 15-2 last year? Right, 15-2.
They're not gonna come close.
Dude, if they go 12-5, they'll win the division. Probably be the number 2 overall record. So it's like they don't have to go 15 wins.
I think the Broncos could go 12-5 and compete in that division.
No way.
We'll see.
I think the Chargers.
A lot of people are high on the Broncos, man.
I would take the Chargers to be the one to win that division right now. Like, they've already beat the Chiefs. Once you already beat the Chiefs, you already have one. Like one less time you have to win a game. And to me, you beat the Titans. So it's like, it's like the Bengals. We beat the Browns. And that's just because their kicker can't make a field goal or an extra point. Like,
that's fair. I'll say this. This is going to sound real weird, but I'm more interested in watching the Vikings-Bears game tonight than I was interested in watching Buffalo and the Ravens last night. Because I knew what I was going to get, Josh Allen, and I knew I was going to get Lamar doing Lamar things and Derrick Henry doing Derrick Henry things. And now I get J.J. McCarthy. I don't know what he's going to bring to the NFL table. And I think I know what Caleb Williams brings to the table, but I don't know what Ben Johnson does to him to change that, or if it's going to be a process, or if it's going to be like, hey, oh my God, look what I did. I don't know. I mean,
hey, Lenny, the question
I'll show you proof. I'm in a contest with some buddies. 9 picks, money line only, right? Just 9 every week. You cannot win the pot unless you go 9-0. And then the pot keeps carrying over, okay? $100 a week.
You 8-0 right now?
No. I'm 7-1.
Yeah.
The Lions. I'm 7-1. I had the Lions, I had the Cardinals, I had the Jaguars, Broncos, Rams, Bucks, Bengals, Commanders. Last one on my sheet, Nick. I will not lie to you. The Bears.
Bears. Come on. I love
Bears
it.
in the under. Bears in the under tonight, but I don't love it. What? Okay, here's the bigger question. Okay, the overreaction week 1, we already know. That's what this is about. But we take that out because we don't know what's going to happen in this one. Who's the one, if they lose this game, that is more likely to still have like a positive season is between the Bears and the Vikings? Like, who needs this more?
The Vikings.
I mean, asking a Bears fan, I'm always going to say the Bears, but new coaching staff, you get a little bit of room, I would say, for a mistake, but you want to make a statement, especially against the divisional matchup here. And I think Ben Johnson has more to lose than JJ McCarthy does as a rookie quarterback on prime time.
I would agree with that. I think the pressure more sits on Vikings' shoulders a little bit more. JJ McCarthy, yes, because well, let me say it like this. Justin Jefferson is going to be watching and there, obviously playing in the game, and he has a short, I think he has a short leash. He don't want there. I don't think he wants to be there after so long. Like, I'm tired of waiting. And he's losing his
third
prime.
quarterback in 3 years, right? So, no, they've had more than 3, right? They've had 5 starting quarterbacks in 3 years.
But you can't keep blaming it on Kevin O'Connell. I mean, that coach,
he's done it. Dude,
I don't think he's done shit.
Look who's he's had at quarterback the last 3 years. I mean, he's
Sam Darnold.
They've won with quarterbacks like that. They bring him in, and 2 weeks later they have to start, and they've won games. I mean,
and you got to start questioning higher up on the GM scale. Like, why can't you just give me a quarterback that's worthy?
And I think that's why I think this was his choice, though, McCarthy. I'm guessing O'Connell probably had his choice at where they picked him.
And that means pressure lies more on him. I mean, Ben Johnson's got essentially a sophomore quarterback and a brand new
offense. If O'Connell was on the street today, he'd be the number 1 guy available for the coaching job next year. I mean, what he's done there is very consistent. I mean, and they're not just good on offense. You look at what Flores has done with that defense last year, that turnovers, and I mean, they win close games. Look at his record in close games, like best in the NFL. The guy wins, and to me, that's almost always coaching. Short term, it's fluky a little bit, but when you do it over 3 or 4 years, you have to say it's somewhat like the Belichick. You have to say it. It has, you had Brady. Oh well, there was a coach, and you got to coach the other side too. So,
Josh has
if the Bears lose this, if it's ugly though, people start questioning it, not necessarily the coach, because we know what Johnson did last year with the Lions, but you start questioning Caleb Williams. Like, okay, you blamed everybody you wanted. Now he's got a good coach, offensive coordinator. Now is it maybe his fault? So that's why I'm like, man, this is a big game. I think bigger than what people probably think for Chicago.
There's a lot of pressure there both ways. What do you think of Moore over 49.5 or Thielen over 2.5 receptions, Hockenson over 29.5? I got a few props in this game because I don't like a side or a total.
I've got a prop. One of these actually is my prop guy. I like Hockenson. This is a 4-unit play, FYI, so you don't have to buy it. Hockenson over 4.5 receptions. Without Addison, he's going to be the number 2 threat. And I think you double. This is the way I'm the Bears. I double Jefferson and dare them to beat me with everybody else. If they beat me with everybody else, I can somewhat live with it. I still want to win, but I think Hockenson will get a lot of the checkdowns. I think that Bears defense has a chance to beat, careful Bears fans, don't go, you can't win with just defense.
Go hog wild.
Top 5 defense, maybe top 3 defense.
I like it. I don't know about that DJ Moore, though. I think he's going to be a little decoy for the game tonight. I'm looking at the tight ends. I like the tight end props. Not Loveland necessarily, because we saw that early on in the preseason with Caleb and Loveland. They connected well. I'm looking at Cole Kmet, the other tight end here, as Ben Johnson likes to do that dual tight end in his scheme there. I think Cole Kmet over 1.5. I think he gets 2 receptions in this one. I'm seeing it at a -110 for over 1.5 total receptions on Cole Kmet. I love that play.
I don't hate
how many,
that either.
How many trick plays? How many trick plays tonight?
Hopefully we see 2. Hopefully we see 2.
He's good for 1 at least. I guarantee it. But there's some. I like your TJ Hockenson bet. I also bet I like TJ Hockenson anytime touchdown for the value of 235. I got it at plus 235. So there's a unit on there right there just for the hell of it. DeAndre Swift anytime touchdown plus 150. Something like that. I also like Loveland anytime touchdown. That was plus 380, but it's worth a stink. I like the tight ends. Tight end in games I don't like sides or total. I kind of go tight ends and usually kicker props over 1.5 field goals made. Man, that's just money. I like
the one thing is was all the and I don't say risk, because when you have a great offense like the Lions had the last few years, it's not necessarily always a risk. You look at it as more reward, the risk versus the reward, and they always thought the reward. Is Johnson as aggressive? Because then you see less field goals. Like the Lions were the most teams that went for it the most last year. Is he going to be that with this team, you think?
I don't think Ben Johnson was the aggressive one. I think Dan Campbell was the aggressive one.
So then the field goal might be the good pick. Because I always say, like,
we'll find out a lot when now that Ben Johnson.
I think Dan Campbell rubs off on Ben Johnson a little bit in that aspect, is being aggressive in those short and distance. I think he does go for it. It's just a matter of, the time of the game. When he is going to go for those 4th and shorts. But I do think he will be aggressive this year with Caleb and all the weapons he has.
But they don't have the offensive line.
Have weapons.
Like, what do you think their biggest issue as a Bears fan? I think it's offensive line. That's the biggest question mark. And that's what they were so good in Detroit. Not obviously this past week with a couple new ones breaking in. But is that your worry, Nick? Is it like, can they do what they wanted to do, what Ben Johnson wants to do with that offensive line?
Yeah, 100%. That's the question mark in the season is, can Caleb Williams have time to make those decisions, critical decisions to hit his players downfield? That's the question mark before the season. And I think it will be the rest of the season here. Can he get that protection for him to then do what he does best, get outside of the pocket and find somebody downfield?
Right.
I want to see less of that, though. I want to see less of him trying to win the game by running the ball, which I thought.
I don't want to see him outside the pocket a lot unless it's designed. I don't want to see him scrambling for his life. If I'm Chicago, I want him to
quick passes,
be comfortable. Be comfortable and make good decisions. Go through his reads appropriately and whatever. I do look for also Swift, like any receptions and rushing yards, because that Ben Johnson offense, to your point, loves the tight ends offense, the 2 tight end offenses. That swing pass to the running back, screen passes, stuff like that, just dump off passes to the running backs and tight ends. That's Ben Johnson's bread and butter for like 7-yard gain, 15-yard gain.
It was with the Lions because look who he was throwing to.
I'm just saying that's all I hear is Ben Johnson left. Now look at us. We suck. Same old Lions. Same old Lions.
That's the problem. He didn't just take him out. You took out your 2 offensive linemen yesterday. So that's the
2 offensive. Our center just timed out on us. Which Frank Ragnow, I love you and everything, but you hurt us. I mean, I get it. He was old, tired. It's like Jason Kelsey retiring. I mean, it was time. I just wish he would have waited around 1 more year because I think this could have been the year. And you got a rookie guard. They drafted that Tate Ratledge guy. He's like 6'6".
He's a monster
with a mohawk. He's something like he only wears jean overalls with no shorts. He only one strap. He comes out the swamp somewhere. He looked like Hacksaw Jim Dugan. Remember him from WWE?
Nick probably does. That's pre 2000. So Nick probably remember Hacksaw.
Country boy. He likes to fish. There's nothing wrong with that. He just like fish, hunt.
To me, I don't think you can say Ben Johnson, what he did with the Lions will be what he did with the Bears, because I don't think they have that same. Their strengths are not the same. Their running game is not their strength, which I thought the Lions, as much as you gave them credit, all the receivers and tight ends, their offensive line to move the ball and just be able to run it right down your throat, even if you know it's coming, that's a difference maker. I don't think that's going to be what they're going to be able to do with the Bears. I think they're going to have to rely on the short passing game more to kind of be their running game. And so can Caleb do that? He did not do that at times last year. He held the ball, and as much as the offensive line was to blame a lot, dude, if you're a quarterback and you know you have a bad offensive line, get the ball out of your hands quick and let those guys work for you. He's got to do that tonight, because Minnesota consistently, they turn the ball over. They get turnovers. And that, we'll see if they can do that tonight. That'll probably be the game, whoever wins the turnover battle, because I do think it's a pretty close matchup.
That's fair.
Outside.
John says hi from Montreal, and Derek says Denver had 4 turnovers. Better team. They lost.
I'm sorry. Better
team than they look. Yes, agreed.
Turnovers are fluky. That is true. But when you have Bo Nixon, the sophomore slump in quarterbacks is for real. Like, it happens almost every time. Look what the Texans guy,
CJ Stroud.
Stroud. I mean, you're talking about the best touchdown to interception rate. Look what he did the second year. Now, that was extreme. That was super extreme. Maybe he doesn't have that, but I do think, like of the sophomore quarterbacks that were successful last year, he's the one I think will have a little regression. Maybe that regression's still good enough with that defense to win. I don't know, but like the Titans are better. I took away that the Titans are better than I thought, more than I thought that maybe Denver was maybe worse.
That's fair. I really like Denver going into a lot of different situations this year. I think they this week? Like Denver a lot. Week 2.
The Colts, Daniel Jones.
And they look kind of decent.
Hey, I'm giving Indian Cowboy, I'm going to give him his props. That was the first game we did on our Sunday breakdown where we cover all the games. And he came out with that. I was thinking, oh my, if he's wrong on this one, it kicks us off bad. He was right that Daniel Jones, to get out of that New York meat grinder, he looked like he had no pressure. And I think a lot of that was he went to Minnesota. Remember O'Connell? He was the backup. I think, you kind of get out of that and you realize that it's not the way it was in New York with Dayball and all that. And it's early. The jury's still out.
Let's not overreact. Right. I mean,
winnable division. Did all the division? Who lost in that division in the South? The Jaguars won. The Colts won, and the Texans lost.
Tennessee and the Texans lost.
Tennessee and Texans.
Tennessee and the Texans. Yeah, Tennessee and Houston lost.
All 4 look decent, so maybe that division will be a little better this year than what we thought.
I do think that there's one thing that we don't have to overreact on, and that's the New Orleans Saints suck. They're going to here a hot take right here. Hot take incoming. With the first pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select
Archman.
I was just going to say Archman.
I mean, when we did a breakdown, me and IC did the breakdown of futures, and we covered and we said, dude, the NFL would be their dream. That his grandpa was the last probably great quarterback. Drew Brees was great, but it's like if he could come home and
he's gonna revitalize that whole city.
Yeah, so maybe we'll see. We'll see. I will say they were actually better than I thought.
Team. They are the Colorado Rockies of NFL. They're the Colorado Rockies.
Did you think the Saints were going to score 13 points and hold a team to 20? I was thinking they were going to get blown out.
Yeah, but that touchdown okay, so let's be clear. They got 13 points, 1 touchdown. That touchdown was bullshit. Okay, it was like 5,000. I mean, don't get me wrong, 5 missed tackles or something. Like it was just bad.
Week 1. Yeah, week 1.
Yeah, week 1. They got 1 touchdown in week 1 and 2 field goals. I'm sorry. I bet you. I don't know who they play next week, but it will probably be. Let me see. Oh, they play the Niners, and it's at home. I'm gonna tell you right now, the San Francisco Niners might make a Circus Survivor pick for me.
6.5. Advanced line here. It will. Obviously, they really don't get locked in until after Monday Night Football. But the advanced line 6.5. San Francisco. Get on it now.
Hey,
Lenny, you are not getting 6.5. I will guarantee this is above 7 by game time. This is going to be a 7.5 to 9.5 line when it ends up. New Orleans. Who's playing New Orleans?
Yeah, some spots 7 at 6.5 right now. So there's one book, the Almighty Circa, has it at 6.
Dude,
that's where I'm buying it.
Run to Circa because
I'm gonna try and put a teaser on it.
You only get sharp money right now, so I'm surprised it hasn't moved already. So I would run there.
Well,
this will be the number 1 pick.
At 5.5, didn't it?
This will be the number 1 pick in Survivor this week, guaranteed.
Hey, and to that Survivor, hold on, let me pull up a graphic because I had this graphic.
Lenny, who'd you have? Who'd you have week 1?
I had Philly on Thursday, and that was
the Rams played Titans on Sunday as well. The Rams will be the 2nd pick, I'm guessing. I'm guessing betting against the Titans is going to be most people's Survivor pick. So
the Jaguars lost, right?
No, they won.
They won
and covered. They won.
Yeah.
And covered.
Okay, so the Broncos were the highest pick this week with over 7,000 entries. Then it went to Cardinals, Eagles, Jaguars, Bengals, Commander. They just win, no points.
So all six won. The top 6 won on the Survivor.
Last year,
the top 2 or 3 lost in the week 1.
Steelers, Patriots, Rams, Colts, would finish out the top 10.
So Patriots were the only one of the top 10 that lost.
And that was 269 people out on that alone.
Yeah, over like 10,000, right?
18,656 entries.
Yeah, so
we didn't lose. We didn't lose a lot. I'll be honest with you. Last night I was rooting against Denver because I wanted them out. And shout out to the 5 people that we lost in that Survivor contest that took the Lions. All 5 of you had bigger nuts than I did, and I'm telling you right now, shout out. I don't care you went out. It was a good bet.
I would, if I was you, I would be careful this week, because anytime week 1 when 9 of the 10 Survivor wins this week, you know, a lot of them look at a lot of the big ones that are going to be on the road this week in week 2. So that's always where, you know, it's very, very difficult. I always try to find home teams in Survivor pools that I like. The 2 biggest bets this week, as far as number of entries, will be on playing against the Titans and against the Saints. They're both home teams this week. So that's like, ugh.
Well, the Saints were home team last week.
And
week 1, they two opened against Arizona at home, and now they got the Niners at home for week 2.
I mean, other than the Browns, no one goes winless. You know, it's easier to win early in the NFL than win late, in my opinion. Like, because you can, you know, people don't know what you're really doing. You can sneak up on them.
Well, the biggest pick for next week will be the Ravens over at home against the Browns. They're like 12. They're double-digit favorites. So all that public contest money is going to come in there.
Remember this last year? The Ravens started 0-2.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying the Browns.
I'm not taking the Browns, but I think everybody else that's in the contest should take the Ravens. I'm not taking either one.
I mean, what do you think? I already know what the number 1 bet total this week is going to be. That game over. The Ravens over is going to be the number 1 bet team this week, because they got the over by themselves basically last night. So it's like, and they're playing the Browns. So I got to think that's going to be the number 1 bet over team this week. Overreaction. Probably the Bills probably will be as well, because they put up a shit ton of points, especially all in the second half.
I
hate teams coming off.
I hate the Steelers at home. Just looking over here.
I watched the entire Steelers game. Now, the Steelers did not look good.
No.
The Jets offense is not going to be a good team, in my opinion. And they did whatever they wanted against the Steelers.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Justin Fields had intimate knowledge of that defense being there last year, so I think he had a little edge. Now, granted, they knew about him, but it's like, you know, you're on a new team. It kind of doesn't always work that way. I thought the Jets were a team that basically, if you said where my expectations were, where they played, was totally different. Like, I thought they were going to be terrible this year.
Boys, we've been talking about football for 27 minutes. Let's give the people what they want. Let's talk about some MLB. What do we got for free play wise? Craig Trapp, you got anything in the MLB? Short card.
I always say be careful on Mondays. We've talked about that a million times. But Elder has been really good as of late. And I think he just beat this Cubs team 5-1, if I remember right. It might be his last start or 2 starts back. I kind of like the Braves again here today. Elder's one of those guys. He's kind of like Zach Gallen. There's been 4 or 5 pitchers this year where their stuff and their ERAs and their record doesn't match. He's definitely a guy that it's like, dude, this guy's got good enough stuff to not have a 5 ERA. Maybe he's not going to be a 2 ERA guy. He probably should be in the high 3s, which is like, that's a number 3 or 4 pitcher. I like him today. I still don't believe in this Cubs team. I'm sorry, Nick. Like, I don't know what's happened. Early on the year, they were so consistent on offense, and it wasn't one guy.
Just keep losing money on them. I don't know what the welcome doing.
Yeah, it's
me and you both, Lenny. Me and you both.
I want to bet them today. I do.
They have to be the worst.
I want to, but I won't. But I probably will. You know what I mean?
Hey, someone out there, put it in if you can go find the stats. Since the All-Star break, they have to be the least most profitable team. Like if you just bet them $100 every game on the money line, they have to be, because they're almost always favorite. They're under 500, right, since the All-Star break. So it's like, and you're laying juice. Them and the Yankees got to be 1-2, because they're both like betting. You know, you got to bet them as a favorite every day.
Nick, what do you like for a free play?
Yeah, I mean, I would say my Cubbies, but let's not do that, as we just discussed. Why? We got the Boston Red Sox and the Athletics here. The Boston Red Sox got the win over the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday, and Garrett Crochet, obviously, their ace on the mound here. In his last performance, he allowed 7 earned runs. He's been absolutely dominant this year. He's 14-5 on the season. His ERA's 2.68 on 178 innings of work. He already has 218 strikeouts. He's been dominant. I absolutely love Garrett Crochet to bounce back in this game against Luis Morales here for the Athletics. He's been solid. He's a flamethrower. He only has 28 innings of work, and he has 30 strikeouts here, so he averages a strikeout here per inning. I just like these Boston Red Sox and Garrett Crochet to bounce back. I would take him first 5 minus half a run, and as well, don't lay it on the money line here as there's no value, minus 170. Take him on the run line here. I think it's going to be Boston, Boston, Boston all over these Athletics here on the road tonight, Lenny.
I like that.
You know, last time an ace was
I
in
would have
A's.
agreed with your Cubs pick, just so you know. I would have agreed with that.
Hey,
Imanaga, baby.
what was it? Was it Scuba was what, 2 Mondays ago? Or I don't think it was last Monday. It was 2 Mondays ago when he went there. He was unbelievable through 6. Got 4 unearned runs or 5 unearned runs, gave up the grand slam. That ballpark is so difficult. I mean, it's literally like playing the Rockies back when it first opened, where it's like, dude, you could be great. And it's like a walk, an error, and all of a sudden it's just so easy to hit home runs. It's like that just worries the shit out of me playing favorites there. Because, obviously they're almost always underdog. So that is the one caveat there. Maybe play first 5 there, Nick. Do you think that's minus the half?
Yeah, definitely minus half that run. Obviously, Garrett Crochet's second right now in the AL standings with the Cy Young. Terry Skubal is above him, though, but he wants to have good quality starts here, so I just think he has a bounce-back start. So I would take that first 5 innings there against the Athletics, correct?
Yeah, the Sacramento guys got to be like, they're going to go to Vegas. And I don't know, Vegas isn't like low altitude, so people maybe will hit home runs there as well. The Aviators out there in what's that, Summerlin?
Summerlin, yeah.
That's even higher altitude out there. So if you look at the home runs in that field, it's pretty big. Yeah,
it's not a big ballpark either. So it's
Sacramento though. It's like those numbers. Those guys are going to get a lot. Someone's getting a lot of paydays because they play their home games there.
I want a playoff game at Sutter Park Field so bad. I want the Athletics to make the playoffs. I do. I mean,
so the A's, just so people know, they've already opened. They've
broke ground.
They aren't going to play there. Not obviously next year, and not the year after, right? So it's 2000.
They wouldn't play there. They're only in Sacramento for this year and next year. I'm going to Google.
There's no way. There ain't no way. I'm pretty sure they got to be there 3 years. Yeah, they just broke ground, and it took the Raiders Stadium. Now, obviously, that's bigger. It took them 3 years to build that. I cannot imagine they're building that in less. Maybe they get it towards the end of the season. I just think if you don't open there, do you want to open mid-season or end of season or something? But either way, we're going to see that Sacramento ballpark for at least one more year.
That gets to be ready for the 2028 season.
Yeah, so next year will be 2026, 27. So they're going to play there 3 years.
Yeah, they're going to play there this year and 2 more years in Sacramento. And then in 2028, they will have their first game at what's being called right now the Athletic Ballpark.
We need Wade, if you're listening, I'm getting ready to get on the call in 10 minutes. We need tickets at least year 1 for the A's because, I do think it's going to be great, exciting baseball. They might not be the best team, but you're going to have excitement because it's going to be a very small stadium, and you're going to, just like the Raiders, where it's like people come there to watch their teams. So it's going to be that just not A's fans. It's going to be A's versus Red Sox, A's versus Tigers.
If the higher ups and the powers that be are listening, I do live not far from there, so I could be I could be, what's the word I'm looking for? I could be suckered into going to games to film content, maybe do some shorts, get some man around town Vegas.
You might need to be the A's guy.
Huh?
Because we have other people.
Crazy A.
You could be the crazy A Lenny, and then we bring Nick in when the Cubs come there, and it's like the A's versus. So it's always you'd be the home guy. So you'd have to give up your Tigers
comes.
You'd have to give up the Tigers.
Personality.
The Tigers fandom has to go away if you want the A's tickets this season.
Oh God, it's never going away.
You can keep those tickets. You can keep those tickets. And if you want to call later, Wade, I'll tell you where you put them too. I'm just saying I'm not ever leaving my Tigers ever.
Well, I see this though. The A's are better than I thought this year. Facts.
I think if they continue to build the way they have built from last year to this year, in 2028 they will be good.
I don't know about that, but I do think if they can stay within 10 to 15 games above 500, that is at least you're like not the worst team in baseball the next 3 years. Then I think you'll probably sell out. That's just what you usually do early when these, especially a small stadium opens. They've been selling out, so I think they could sell out. And then, like I said, then all the fans come in and they scalp the tickets. The Tigers fans come in, they scalp 10,000 of the 40,000, and of course they'll be rowdy. It'll be an awesome place. And if you don't know, they tore down the Tropicana, so this is going to be the opposite corner of the Excalibur, the MGM in New York. It's that fourth corner there, right next to the old Hooters too. So you could go over there and go to the Hooters restaurant, and
it's very easy because you can just, if you're meeting people downtown, you can just be like, "I'll meet you at Hooters," and we'll walk across the street to the ball game.
Yeah, it's going to be like, and there's a parcel of land that's north of them that they don't own. That's they're working on trying to own, or other people are trying to buy for development. Not just parking. I don't think there'll be parking. I think it'd be like bars, restaurants,
like the MGM Park.
Yeah, where it's like, you go there, drink and eat before and after games, kind of like Wrigleyville that really has developed. I think that could be a really fun place. Now, it is hot in the summer out there, so it won't be any outdoor activities. But
I disagree. If you're out, because listen, most of these games are going to be at night. And yes, it's 100 degrees outside at night after the sun goes down. Some misters outside in certain spots. Yeah, I mean, it's warm, but
maybe a little pool in the outfield there.
Yeah,
well, it's going to be a dome state, or it's going to be a retractable dome. So there will only be open. The dome or the retractable roof will only be open spring and fall. It will not be open in summer, because I don't care what Lenny said. He lives out there. So he's it's 100 at night there. And it's like you're in a hairdryer blowing in your face all night.
Oh, 100%.
So
yeah.
It's like you're not playing.
Cocktails, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same.
Hey, here's the one thing.
The Brewers today? Hold on. Does anybody like the
Brewers Quintana?
Yeah,
Quintana's got to be. I think he might be up for comeback player of the year. Like he's had a great year. Like, I thought he was going to be a disaster there. He's got a high 3 ERA rate. Like, that's crazy.
I'm
3.4, I believe.
He's 3.72. 11 and
5.
If
you said his over/under was 5, I was probably saying he was an over 5 ERA type of guy. And look, how many wins does he have?
11. He's 11 and 5 on the season, and his ERA on the road's even better.
So you think he's probably going to end up, say, 13 wins, and he's probably their last pitcher. He's probably their 4th or 5th pitcher. If you get 13, that's why this team's so good. If you can get 13 wins and 5 or 6 losses from your last guy as a winner, dude, you're going to be a good team. He's not going to pitch in the playoffs, like he'll probably be in the bullpen, but he's a guy that going to get them to the playoffs.
Yeah, see, you could have flyovers right here, Scott, like what you said. Flyovers for every game at the airport, hit a plane with a fly ball. Listen, if you're retractable at night, they'll have that open all day. Starry nights. All those planes coming in.
Look at Arizona. They don't have that open at night.
You know what the casinos say when they see all those planes coming in? It's like the gods are flying in money. And everybody leaves broke. I'm just saying.
All right, so here's the parlay tonight. You bet against the Cubs. You take the Brewers.
No.
And what was the third one you liked, Nick? What was yours?
No.
My free play? Boston.
Yeah. Boston. There you go.
I like Boston first 5. I like the Brewers first 5. I might do a lot of first 5s this year.
And then you sprinkle in some of the NFL. Hockenson over 4.5 receptions and under in the game. I do think the under in the goes in this game. What was the under total this week?
In a lottery ticket.
11-4.
Oh,
was 11-4 to the unders this week so far?
Yeah, so, I mean, except for
a lot of unders.
Last
the Steelers game went over, way over, and the game last night, of course, the Sunday Night Football. Both of the primetime games in opening week at under. Thursday and Friday went under, I believe, right? Oh the Chiefs went over on the
Chargers went over because we had under 47.5.
Right, they just barely, like right at the end, but that one was close. So really, the only 2 really big scores were the Steelers game, which was a big shock for most people. That was the lowest total on the board.
I didn't see that at all happening.
And then it was already an advanced total, but the Ravens game was the highest total, I believe, on the board, and it went way over, of course. So maybe the under.
That's going to do it for us, though, here on a Monday. Don't forget to check us out Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern, Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Me and Griffin Murphy answer all kinds of chat questions about college football throughout the day. So head over there and check us out on Saturday mornings, Monday through Friday. We're here 1 o'clock Eastern. Lots of good stuff coming down the pipe. So don't forget to also ring the bell for notifications. You'll never miss any of our live content or any of our free pick videos that we got going on at the site. Check out free $60 account. The link is in the description of the video. You can get Nick Metcalf's plays for free with that $60 account. He's over there, actually. But you can also get Craig Trapp's plays with that free $60 account. Use that wisely. Good luck, unless you're against us. We'll see you tomorrow.